Good morning, everyone. Look at all that junk in the sky. You see it everywhere. Well, it's we're expecting rain too in the next couple days, so it seems like this stuff started back up again. I don't know what's going on, but we're going to go out to the ranch. The mobile home guys are coming out too. They're going to finish up, and I'll show you the sheep camp trailer that I've shown you guys before a long time ago probably, but we're gonna try to talk the mobile home guys into for kind of, I don't know what kind of deal they'll give me, but I'd like to move that down to the sheep camp, calling it sheep camp. And that's probably going to be the most funnest one because it's going to be the most remote. It's going to be way on down there, but it's still got that really good view. We'll go take a look at that site again and see if I might need to want to take the dozer down there and work on it a little bit, maybe open it up, level it just a touch. It's pretty level. I think it's probably level enough. The only thing I would like to do is maybe just level it a little bit better and get the grass cleaned off of it, so that it's somewhat fire safe, but we're gonna head out and go to the ranch. We're going to the ranch. They're not here yet, but I would imagine they'll get here pretty shortly. I talked to him. There's somebody coming in. That's Owen. So we're gonna get keys for the truck for him. Gonna get the Ranger off, load the skid steer back up. We got 2 tires to pull off of that other forklift over there. We'll let this warm up just a little bit. He's gonna take that back out to the solar job. But before he does, we're gonna find some blocks, and I think we can use this chain, and we might be able to raise up on the back of the grate all enough to pull these tires. So we're gonna look for something to stick under that center part. Something preferably that we don't have to cut up and block that thing up. There's a couple pieces there. Let's see what we can find around here. I think I got some more up there too. Yeah, she's not taking air. So that's our counterweight. So we're gonna get under that and see if we can't lift it up. Okay, so I know it's probably too heavy for one chain, so what I've done, I got my forks under here, put quite a bit of pressure on this thing. Basically, I got the wheels like floating. So what that'll allow me to do, take a bunch of weight off the back. I should be able to just reach right over here with this thing and loop it through right there and lift up on it. So that's what we're gonna try and do. see if my idea works. Get right there. Hopefully the idea is to loop that chain and go up with it, put some blocks under it. We can pull those wheels off. I got 2 new tires I ordered for it. So I'll loop through there. Owen's gonna grab a couple more cinder blocks. We'll set the cinder blocks on the ground, and then we'll put a couple of these cribs over the top. Probably just set something up right on the center on the counter. All right. I need to move forward a little. Holding the phone in between my knees, so I got both hands. Okay, and then I'm going to turn that way and go up. I want to break that chain. Try that. Okay, that worked. I don't know. Might still have to go a little higher to get the new tires on. Those are barely off the ground, but hopefully not. Hopefully we can just scrape some dirt and do that. So he's gonna unbuckle the tires and get out of here. All right, well, we had the right size socket, but we didn't have a reducer to go on the impact, unfortunately. So Owen's gonna load up this lumber, that and that for the forms, and I'm gonna run to town and get the adapter for the socket so that I'll pull these tires off and have them ready to go. But our idea worked pretty good. We didn't break the chain and we got it lifted, so probably set that bucket back down on the ground so it doesn't leak down on me. I guess it really doesn't matter if it does. It's not gonna hurt anything. But it's best to set it on the ground. They're already getting tired of running around, so I put them in the back. Sadie will stay in the back, Bud won't. Well, got to run back into town and get an adapter. And I want to stick around and wait for these guys to show up over here just to make sure they don't start setting that thing up until it's in the right spot. It needs to come forward about 10 or 15 feet. always some kind of setback, but I'll tell you, still very thankful that I'm able to do stuff like this. And I got my son out here. He's a very hard worker. I don't know where he got that from, but he's definitely a hard worker, and he's at 21 years old. He's definitely learning how to run the show. It's going to take another 10 years, but I think in 10 years he'll be able to manage this whole operation, and that's the biggest blessing. Lori and I are getting older, and having the kids involved in the business it's very comforting that we have them both working for us, and hopefully the other two at some point will join the force, but we're not going to press it. We don't press them. If they want to work with us, they can work with us. If they don't, they can try it on their own, try and do their own thing. That's everybody's got to figure it out, you know. And we let them figure out what they want to do. Bailey and Owen have been with us for 4 or 5 years now, and they're still going strong. So if the other boys come along and decide to join, they're gonna have a lot of learning and a lot of catching up, because these guys have been doing this with us for a while and they know what's up. And I could send Owen pretty much on jobs by himself now, and he can handle it. So like I said, it's a blessing to have that, and even with the setbacks, it's eventually it all feels like it's worthwhile. And these things coming together out here is just icing on the cake. You know, we're gonna get that all set up. I'm gonna get in there and spend, Lori and I are gonna spend probably a whole day in there. We gotta really clean that thing up and kind of go through all of our stuff and organize it, and then create some more space in there so we can put more stuff in there. And I'll probably take that C-train right there. Like I was saying, I might, once we get it all set and kind of see what kind of room we got, I might set that C-train over there too. So that'll have like a little, essentially like a little garage that, and then we can take stuff back out of the trailer and put in the C-train. We really need to get rid of stuff, but we're not ready yet. It's going to happen. We're going to have that auction. You're going to see all of this stuff. Most all of it's going to be gone. We're going to get down to a lean, trim, stack of equipment. I'm definitely keeping some of the equipment, but stuff that just sits and never gets used has got to go. And we got our approval from the Air Resources Board for that tractor right there and that old dozer over there, and we're waiting to see what kind of credit they give us, because it's a pretty substantial amount of money that they give you to decommission these tractors. You couldn't sell the tractors for what they give you, so we're decommissioning the tractors, and then we're going to get 2 brand new tractors. We get 1 tractor for each piece of equipment that we decommission. So that's going to be pretty exciting when that actually comes through. It's going to be soon. Hopefully the timing's good where I have the auction prior to that, and I'll have some cash that I can throw along with it on those new tractors, and then those are going to be for the ranch. And I'm going to have one tractor that's going to be for the track. It's a 90 horsepower 4-wheel drive wheel tractor. That was our old one for the track right there, but she finally gave up. And luckily it was still in good enough shape to where it would start up and go forward and backwards, because that's what it has to do in order to qualify. And we were able to do the inspection and have that, and we got that done. So now we're just waiting. It's like a 1-year process, and we're probably 6 or 8 months into it. So I'm expecting any time we're going to hear back on what we're going to actually get, and then we're going to go and pick up some new tractors. They're going to be they're called Coyotes from San Joaquin Tractor, and they've got a whole selection of them. We're going to get a tracked skid steer and a wheel tractor, and those will both be for out here. I mean, obviously we'll use them on jobs if we need them, but they're going to be dedicated to the ranch. Grab my little cheapy tape. I won't get one of those again. I thought I'd try it, but I don't really care for this tape measure. We're gonna go measure for the deck. Me, Sadie, and Bud. So this rig is right at 60 feet long. It's long, it's a big one. 60 by 24. It's almost 2,000 square feet of space in here. And underneath here, what we're gonna do, once we get it all set, we're gonna skirt it. We're going to pour a small footing all the way around the perimeter. It'll have its jacks and everything all set up under the frame, but we're also gonna do for extra measure and also for the skirting is a perimeter skirt. And so it'll all button up real nicely. I don't know if we'll end up cutting these back pieces out because they're almost flush with the edge. We probably will. We'll cut out just the sides, and then we'll fill in between the frame, and then we'll just sheet over the face of the frame so that it has a nice good look. And then all this siding will, I'm not sure if we'll take it off or if we'll just go right over the top. We'll possibly just go right over the top of it with the T111. And I want to do I'm trying to decide if we want to go vertical or horizontal. Horizontal is going to look way better. It's going to be more expensive. And if we do the horizontal, it'll actually be a lap type siding. But we might just go cheaper on it and do the vertical T111. It's quite a lot to do, and I'm not trying to spend a ton of money on this. I just want to get it to where we can paint it. We'll paint it some kind of natural color for out here. Look at that. There's the moon. Been watching the moon a lot lately. The other night it looked unreal. It was coming up over here over these mountains, and it just was real low and big, and the color was just unbelievable. It didn't even look real. It looked fake. I see some people down there. What are they doing? I have to go check on them. They're definitely with the power company. I think they're just doing their that big set of lines that runs all the way up through here. They have a really nice road that starts way at the bottom and comes up through and goes all the way back there. But that's my plan. That 80 acres up there possibly might be putting a solar field on it. I mentioned it to the developers that we're working for. They're actively seeking places to do this stuff, especially this R&D project with the batteries. So it could be a real viable option there. And oh man, to utilize that space there and then have all of this for the tracks and stuff that we want to build, and have that basically pay the taxes and everything else on the property. That would be the ultimate. It actually, 80 acres would even probably be enough to have a pretty substantial income yearly off just the lease value. So we're still waiting on the mobile home guys. I'm trying to stick around until they get here. And then I'm gonna go get that socket and get those tires pulled off the forklift. All right. Freaking Chad, man. I mean, we just had a huge screaming match because he was 4 inches out of square. I mean, 4 inches. I don't understand it. I don't know how you did it. You got this thing right here, this metal thing is like fabricated in a factory. So we know that this is like a perfect square. It's like a perfect square. So everything we're doing needs to parallel off of that, right? And so that's where you get your layout from, is that. That's where I laid the holes out from, everything. Somehow, in 8 feet of distance, he was 3.5 inches difference on the sonotubes. So we just took these all apart right here, and we can't pull that up by hand, and we paralleled off this, and then we ran a string all the way down, paralleling off the long side of that. You go way down there and put your string, and you bring it all the way through. Then you establish 2 points. So then you know you're square, and you can even check the corner and do a 6, 8, 10 in your corner just to verify that you're square. So we were about 3.5, 4 inches from this one to this one. This one was 106. This one was like 109 off of here. So that means every single one of these is 4 inches off. So right now they're taking them all back apart. Thank God. I mean, I was coming out here either way, but because I wanted to see how it was going with the layout, and it wasn't going good. So we got it figured out. Now we're doing 10-foot center to center. But now we have to reset the elevations on all these. These 3 right here are lower. Those 3 are a little bit higher. Because the grade goes like this. So, and that was another thing. He had all of these set to the same grade. Well, they're 2 separate units, so they don't have to be all at the same. And so when we started at our lowest point over there, and he set them all up to the same level, these were like 2 feet out of the ground. I mean, they're already close. They were like 3 feet out of the ground. So we stopped right here, lowered down to 8 inches with our highest one, or our low, our highest point of grade. We're 8 inches above, and then these are all matching that. So we have to be a minimum of 8 inches. 8 inches. So, all right. Well, I got him back on track. I think we're gonna be okay. So I'm gonna let him go. They're gonna try to get this one set up by the end of the day. We're at lunch right now. And if they come back and hit this one hard, they should be able to get this one all done. So that's my hope. He already came over here and was setting up to start doing this one when I found out he was 4 inches out on that one. And I can tell you right now, he's the same problem here. I mean, look at the hole. He's not even over the center of the hole. So I can tell you right now. All right, so this one here, same problem. I do not know where he came up with his setup, but this one is 3 inches further over. So what we'll probably do, because this one's kind of more centered on the hole, is we're gonna kick that one over the 3 inches. It needs to go 3 inches that way. Once we do that, we'll be more centered on that hole, pretty centered on this one, and then we're going 10 foot apart all the way through. So that's why you got to be out here on your jobs when you can every day. You can't just if I'd have turned them loose and they had to set all of these up, and they had to go back and redo all of them. So we're only having to redo that first one. It's going to take them about an hour to redo it, but just saved myself a lot of grief and probably an entire day's worth of work of them setting up things twice. So I got them on the right track. Gonna go have lunch and come back and make sure they're still in alignment with everything. Owen's here, so hopefully I explained it really well to him. Because Chad, I mean, he knows what he's doing, but he gets off on these. I don't know what he does. I don't know how he starts like coming up with stuff in his mind, and next thing you know, the whole job's out of square. Everything's out of square. It's not parallel with anything, and it's just not working out. He's telling me he's going off these holes, and I'm like, the drillers drilled these holes, and the holes could have anywhere from 2 to 3 inch variance, just because of the drilling rig is so big, and that's why the holes are oversized, so that you have the room inside the hole to shift your cage around wherever you want to put it, so you can make, you can fix it going up. But if you try to follow it, you just make it worse and worse and worse. So anyways, we got it squared away. We're gonna go eat lunch, and we'll be back.